Hello, this is the better learning exercise for the Form QC3 Unit 1. And then today I'm going to talk about the farming system and also the type of farming. To start with, the farming system may include different kinds of input and processes and output, which will be shown like this, okay? But I will talk about this later. To start with, I will better tell you how's the farmland look like in Hong Kong, okay? And then first of all, the farmland, maybe most of it is in the Yunnan, okay? Or other kinds of northern new territories. For example, Shangshui, Benneng, okay? There will be some farmland as well, okay? Canteen also having some farmland as well, okay? But you will be curious about why there are some farmland right there. Okay, first of all, there may be some flatland right here because there's low contour line, 冇乜等高線啦. So it's very plain and flat. So there is good for farming. And then for the ponds, there are some ponds and also there are some rivers. So it is also providing different kinds of irrigation water for the agricultural production. Okay, what's more, there may be some road which can facilitate the input or output of the transportation of input and output. Okay, which may be include the transportation of the finished product from the farmland to the cities or vice versa, which is the chemical fertilizer which is acquired from the city to the farmland. Okay, then it is also going to make the farmland widely available in different kinds of area, which may include the northern new territories. Okay, but what is farming? Farming may include growing of crops and also the rearing of livestock. Okay, and then let's see what I have. Yeah, recording. Okay, then this is the input, output, and also the processes that makes up of the farming system. Okay, for the physical input, which may include sunshine, rainfall, land, soil, and then for the processes, which may include the plowing, sowing, weeding, applying fertilizer, and also harvesting. But you may be curious about what is plowing. Plowing is just talking about, oh, we are going to make the soil particle become looser, and then it can enhance the permeability of water and also the alteration or ventilation of the air to the soil. OK 泥地啦 ，OK 就係令佢多啲位去入啲水啦，或者啲空氣流通啲喺個土壤度 ，OK。And then sowing, which is talking about putting the seed into the soil and then let them grow, OK。and then weeding, which is talking about taking the grass away from the farmland, OK。applying fertilizer, which you should know it. Harvesting, which is talking about we are cutting off the useful parts of the plant and then get it away from the farmland. Okay, then useful output may include the sewage and also the pollutants, and also the useful output may include the vegetable and chicken. Okay, then all the money we put into the market, and then the cash will get back to the human input. And also, I've missed the human input previously, which include the machinery, capital, labor, pesticide, and also fertilizers. Okay, and then most of the farmland in Hong Kong, which is small in size, mainly doing vegetable, flower, and fruits, and also they are sold in the local market. And some of them is really having some small livestock that is raising maybe chicken, maybe pigs, maybe I have seen goat. Okay, I have seen goat sometimes in Hong Kong as well. Okay, apart from the Hong Kong, what kind of major food supplier that is providing the food to Hong Kong, which may include the Thailand, mainly the rice, China also different kind of vegetables, and also the meats, the pork, yeah. And USA also mainly about different kinds of fruits and also different kinds of pork, okay, or the meat, okay, yeah. Then it's all about the farming system in Hong Kong, okay. Then how to classify different type of farming. The different type of farming may include, we can differentiate by the type of output. First of all, the type of output may include the arable farming, pastoral farming, and mixed farming. Arable refers to the planting, okay, planting of plants, okay, growing of plants, okay. And then pastoral refers to growing of the animal, okay, raising of the animal, okay. And mixed farming, it have to be one plant and one animal growing together, okay. Then this is the mixed farming. And then the use of output may include if we are just consume the farm products by the farmer themselves, which include the subsistence farming. And then if the farmer going to sell the output, okay, to the market and get the money for their own use, and it we'll call it as a commercial farming. And how about the amount of input per unit area, which may include intensive farming? Okay, so maybe you have heard a unit in a hospital called the ICU, okay? I think you should know what is ICU, right? What is ICU? Intensive care unit, okay? 深切治療部啊嘛 okay? Then why is it intensive? Because we are going to put a lot of input to taking care of the patient, as well as right here, the intensive farming may refers to, we are going to put a lot of input to taking care of the plants and also the animal, okay? And the vice versa will be the extensive farming, which is not that taking care of it. Yeah, still we will somehow still taking care of them, not really totally just let them go, okay? But just relatively minimal care will be taken, okay? Then how do we identify different type of farming? The rice farming in China, okay, which can be referred for as a arable farming because it's planting of plants, planting of rice, and commercial farming because we are selling to Hong Kong, selling to other area, okay? And also intensive farming, okay? Maybe you have heard that 粒粒皆辛苦 because we are really going to do a lot of procedure on planting the rice, for example, the seedling, plant, transplanting, and then also we are going to drain the water away, and also sometimes we have to put the water away, so many procedures. So the rice field is really in an intensive care situation. So it can be regarded as a intensive farming situation, okay? And then for the wheat farming in Canada, okay, arable farming, because it's planting of wheat, okay, it's a plant, okay? Commercial, because the wheat will use it as making of flour, yeah, 麵粉, okay, making of bread, so on and so forth. And then why is it extensive? Although there's a lot of machinery, but you can see the farmland is very large, okay? So if we are just divide the farmland with the machinery, it's still every machinery just taking care of very few, very large farmland. And also the human being driving the machine is also not that many. So that while compared with here, then you can see a lot of people taking care small amount of the field, and then for here, relatively fewer people taking care smaller amounts of the field, okay? Then we'll regard this as a extensive farming. And then for this one, the pig rearing in Guangdong, okay? Pastoral because it's an animal, and then commercial, we are going to sell the pork, okay? And then intensive because you can see it's very packed for the farmland, okay? It's very congested, so it is having a very intensive care right here, okay? And then irrigation farming in California, which may refers to the arable farming because it's planting of plants, and then commercial farming because maybe we have got the different kinds of orange or different kinds of grapes and almond from this kind of farmland, and then we can sell for money, okay? Yeah, maybe you have heard the sun-kissed orange, which is from here also, okay? The extensive farming also, because it's relatively, you can see a large field, okay, while compared with this, okay, this is very small. Meanwhile, this one is very large in terms of the farmland. So this can be regarded as the extensive farming. Market gardening may refers to the arable farming, again, because it's growing of the vegetable, and then commercial farming because this is going to sell in the market, and then also it's intensive farming because the land is relatively small in size. So let's go to the workbook, okay? So for the workbook, okay, this one I'm not going to go into detail for you because I have just talked about this with you in the previous worksheet, okay? Just Control C, Control V, okay? And definitely question number two, if you cannot see, maybe you pause it to have a look. Thank you. And then for number two, it should be A because plowing, as I said, it is about the soil, okay? If we keep plowing the soil, nothing to relate it with the dairy cow, okay? So number one and two is the things for the dairy cow, but not plowing, okay? And then number three, which refers to why the farmland emerged in here, okay? First of all, there's a lot of fat land right here, and then there's our rivers to provide water for irrigation, and then there's our road and sending farm products to the local market. So as this, which is more or less the same that I have just showed you, okay, in the very first part in this video, so that you can also have a reference on, okay? And then for the calculation of the area, I'm not going to tell that much because it's not going to happen in your exam, okay? Just pass this part, okay? Thank you, okay? Why is the vegetable is going more common than the pig rearing in Hong Kong? Why right now we are having more vegetable than the pig? Because vegetable is shorter period to get the farm products, because maybe we are just going to plant it for several months and then we can get the harvest already. And then less demand for the land, okay? It is not going to take that much farmland. And then the vegetable farm is easier to operate and also is having fewer pollution while compared with the pig rearing, okay? The cost of the investment is also lower. No need to change the farmland upside down into a pig house, okay? And number D, suggest reason for the decline of farming in Hong Kong, okay? Mainly urbanization takes away the land as well as the labor from Hong Kong, okay? Then urbanization causes a loss of farmland, and economic development causes the decline in the farm labor, lower income of the farmers, cheaper import of farm produce from the mainland China, also a cause of why we are having fewer and fewer farmland in Hong Kong, okay? Then this field is important because apple farming, pastoral farming, and mixed farming in terms of the type of output. How about we use the output, commercial and subsistence, import per unit area, extensive farming and intensive farming, okay? For this part, most of the students just write one of them, okay? Is asking three of them, okay? So for example, going forward in Netherlands, definitely commercial, definitely arable, and also very intensive. If you have watched the, if you have seen the photo of the flower farmland in Netherlands, you can see the flower is very packed, right? So we can regard this as the intensive farming, okay? And then number two, grow wheat and raise sheep in the farm of Australia. So it's mixed because two things come together, the plants and also the animal, okay? And then it's going to sell to the market because bring good income to Mima, which refers to he's going to sell the sheep and also sell the wheat, okay? Extensive because wheat is always expensive because you're gonna have a large field to raise it, okay? Okay, for this one and the type of farming for this vegetation, for this farming, which refers to the small piece of land growing vegetable for my family, okay? Vegetable, arable, and then just for his family, which refers to the subsistence. And also, you know, the vegetation field, just like which one? Just like this one, okay? Vegetable is definitely intensive, no? Okay? Then it is the things that we gonna have, okay? Then for the page four, for the farming activities, this is referring to the rice farming in South China, and then the farming activity B refers to the cattle ranching in Brazil, okay? Then type of output, very stupid, okay? This one, rice and crops, and this one for the livestock, okay? Both of them are going to sell, okay? And then input per area, okay? This one, because we are having more intensive farmland, then it is higher, okay? And this one, we are having more expensive. You can see the land is very large, then it's lower, okay? So similarity, they are both selling of the in the market. And how about the difference? Some of rice farming is arable farming, meanwhile the cattle farming is the arable farming. Meanwhile, the rice farming belongs to the intensive farming with high input per unit area. Meanwhile, the cattle ranching belongs to the extensive farming with lower input per area. Okay, then this one is D because intensive farming having smaller farm area too. And then input per unit area is higher, output per labor wise lower because we are having more people to share the farmland. So in general, the output per labor is lower than the extensive farming. Okay, so this is the end of the Unit 1 blended learning as well as the workbook explanation. Bye.